Welcome everyone. You're watching our special on the England-India one-day series, the Grudge series. I'm Shivani Gupta, and again, it's good news with the format change. India have now won the third one-day of the series to take an unassailable 2-0 lead in the series. India was set a target of 228 to win, which was accomplished without much trouble by the Indian batsmen. The Indian team lost the wicket of Shikhar Dhawan early, the southpaw out for just 16 runs to extend his woes, but that didn't hamper the run chase too much, as Rahane and Virat Kohli then took the Indian total to 85 before Rahane was out for a well-made 45. Kohli showed signs of returning to form as well. He made 40 runs before he was out. A lot of 40s in this scorecard today, not many going forward to complete 50s. Raina and Raidu then took the score to 207 before Raina again was out at 42. Earlier, England were all out for 227. The hosts had a great start, putting on 82 for the first wicket. However, the Indian spinners took centre stage, picking up wickets at regular intervals from there on. Cook was out for 55. Alex Hale made Bell contributed 28 runs, and Joss Buttler played a handy innings of 42. For India, the spinners took 6 wickets. R. Ashwin was the most successful, picking up 3 for just 39. Jadeja, Raina, Raidu, Bhuvneshwar and Shami all took 1 wicket each.
Keeping it straight. I fell for Alex.
Nikhil Chopra, former Indian spinner, and our consulting editor Boria Majumdar now join us to talk more about another win for India. Boria, let me come to you first up. An unassailable lead. At least this series cannot be lost. But given the way the action has panned out so far, India well and truly on top of the English team.
Absolutely nicely put. I mean, you can finish this 4-0 because the way this is going, if you see the English body language, what happens in this format? I mean, suddenly a format changes color, white balls, and you see Mahendra Singh Dhoni assuming suddenly this completely different avatar of a man in charge. And Alistair Cook eating his nails, biting his nails, doesn't know what to do. James Anderson looking half the bowler. India looking, the team to beat. Absolutely different compared to the Test series, Shivani. Good for us. Let's finish it. You've got momentum, finish it 4-0, because it looks like England doesn't know really how to play this format. They don't know what their composition should be. They've never been a good one-day side, and it's showing.
And as we were talking about it earlier as well, this is India's 7th consecutive win in England, together with the wins they garnered in the Champions Trophy. Clearly, England not being able to do very well at home, Nikhil. Other teams taking advantage of that. India certainly at the top as far as that record is concerned in recent times. Here's a look at the scorecard once more. Raidu, Rahane. Raidu especially just coming in, playing his first match, replacing Rohit Sharma, doing extremely well. 64 not out for him, and the bowlers not really making an impact. Ben Stokes, Chris Wokes, that man in the balcony, Ravi Shastri, turning out to be the game changer for India. Nikhil, for you?
They will go back for a second. An audacious.
Well, he's obviously got a lot of positive energy into that dressing room. And Team India, make no mistake, Shivani also, they're champions at this format. Once the spinners are allowed to bowl their full quota of overs, Ashwin picking up wickets, Jadeja in that previous game. And it's good to see some of these youngsters, given the opportunity, they've grabbed it with both hands. You look at Ambati Raidu. These are guys who are hungry for their space. In terms of they want to be on that flight to the World Cup. So, and how do you get onto that flight? Each time you're given an opportunity, you get out there and perform. And I'm sure Ravi, of course, bringing great amount of positivity. I just hope that from here on in, he's more on a, continuous role that he's been given right up to the World Cup. Forget about his commentary stint. We need him in that dressing room at this moment and time, and make it accountable, make it payable, and also answerable. At least you've got one man at the helm of things in the board of control for cricket in India who's going to be running cricket for you. I think that's a fantastic move. And you could already see the good signs that are coming out of it. I wish this was done earlier, but never too late. Now that he's been given the opportunity, I hope this just continues right through to the World Cup.
Boria, what's your view on this? We often hear two sides to this argument. Can someone off the field really make that much of an impact? Obviously, things were supposed to get better in the one-day format for India, given their recent run, especially in England, as we mentioned. But can one man in the support staff really make that much of a difference? And you already mentioned the difference in Mahendra Singh Dhoni's attitude, the team's attitude. What is the impact that do you think Ravi Shastri could have had?
Shivani, ultimately it's the players. Both of us know that. I mean, ultimately it's the players who go out there and perform. The captain goes out there and performs. So the large part of the credit will have to go to the players because they get the flack when they lose. When they lost the test series, we blame the players. Now they are winning, so we should give credit to the players. Obviously, Ravi Shastri has a role to play. I mean, just like, the support staff in the test series wasn't that proactive, Ravi Shastri brings that element of positive energy. Players can confide in him. He has the stature. He has an astute cricket brain. And no doubt about it that he has a role to play. But all said and done, it's only to an extent because the large part of the credit will have to go to Mahendra Singh Dhoni, who's a champion in this format. I keep saying this. This format, he's the best, and Test cricket overseas is abysmal. Why on earth does he not leave Test captaincy, for God's sake? He should concentrate on the format that will give him a lot many more accolades. He doesn't need to play Test cricket. He's done enough. Get him to play the format that he can bring glory to India. In this format, there's no parallel. He's absolutely brilliant. And this combo, Ravi Shastri, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, I think should be the combo that should lead India to the World Cup. Forget about his comments about Duncan Fletcher. Positive energy from Ravi Shastri, Mahendra Singh Dhoni, champion in this format. This is a side that will have some decent chances in Australia.
All right, we'll take this discussion about, Ravi Shastri and the impact that the new faces, together with him as the director of Indian cricket, have made in the series already. Of course, remember, this is always a fickle format. India's strength, just how much weightage should go to this is also something we'll discuss in a little bit. But first up, take a detailed look at how India won this match.
India did not get the best start in pursuit of 228 runs to take a 2-0 lead in the one-day series. Shikhar Dhawan's miseries continued as he was out for 16.
Pulled off a flower a little while ago to save 4. Now he takes a catch.
India then strode along to 85 runs with Rahane and Kohli taking centre stage. Rahane was next to go. He was out once again after being set on 45 runs.
Steve Finn has struck.
Kohli looked to find back his lost touch as he scored a breezy 40-run knock before being dismissed by Ben Stokes. Kohli was certainly not happy with his dismissal.
Gone straight to hand.
Suresh Raina joined Ambati Raidu and the duo steered India's innings towards the target. Raina was however dismissed for 42.
But finds the man. A very good catch.
While Ambati Raidu scored his third international half-century as India chased down the target. This being India's 7th consecutive win in England, giving India a 2-0 lead and ensuring that now India can't lose the series.
Trey Bridge is this large Indian contingent.
Earlier, the Indian spinners called the shots as England were all out for 227 runs. Alistair Cook and Alex Hales ensured England got off to a steady start with a partnership of 82 runs.
That's a fabulous cricket shot.
Suresh Raina broke the stand, dismissing Alex Hales for 42.
This time he's gone. That is fantastic scout.
The floodgates then opened as one English batsman after the other could not hold their ground against the Indian tweakers. Cook was stumped for 44. Joe Root was the next man to depart. A beauty from Ravindra Jadeja.
Seemed a simple enough decision.
Ravichandran Ashwin removed Morgan
There's a turn.
as he was caught by skipper Dhoni. Bell was run out for 28 runs.
Cricket. Well.
Raina's Midas touch continued as he took a spectacular catch to remove Ben Stokes.
Is this what blue clothing does?
Vokes and Butler did their bit with a 33-run stand, but wickets kept tumbling as England were all out for 227 in 50 overs. Sports Bureau, headlines today.
Bhuvaneshwar Kumar wants it himself and does the job. Well, that was a gem of an innings from Treadwell for England.
Just what a difference that blue jersey makes for India. It's a good thing that there's no, aftermath of the test series still hanging on the Indian team. It looks fresh. Of course, there are fresh few faces coming in. We'll talk about them as well. But first up, Boria, a very comprehensive performance. It's not just the fact that they're winning. They're winning in all departments. The batting is very confident, much more than the English lineup. The bowling is doing its part today. Of course, the spinners came to the party once again. And that fielding, look at the fielding effort on the ground. It's just so much different. And Suresh Raina should take a lot of credit for that.
Absolutely should. I mean, that was a top catch, that Mohit Sharma dismissal from the boundary to get that run out at one go. Shivani, why don't we just now start pushing for day-night test cricket with blue clothing? It's actually something that the BCCI should think about, because jokes apart, but India just looked the part. I mean, this was a top-notch performance. England never stood a chance. Even that James Treadwell cameo, that 82-run partnership, whatever you want to call it, at no point in time was India not in control of this game. It was a top-notch performance, 2-0. India should surely win this one-day series, and that's a departure from 2011. 5-0 loss in 2011, that's a major departure. Winning this one-day series, even in 2007, we lost 4-3. So this is a major departure compared to the last 10 years. India on the verge of winning a one-day series in England 6 months before the World Cup. Very good signs.
Let me play the devil's advocate here as well, Nikhil. When India started playing the test series against England as well, many said it was their best chance to beat England in England. This English side was certainly not as good as it eventually looked on paper with a 3-1 win in the test series. And their one-day side is obviously very young as well. Lots of fresh faces for them. They are in transition. Captain Cook is under the scanner once again. Is it just that India is finally making England play as good as they are by dominating them, which they couldn't do in the test series? England team just not very good really in one-day cricket.
No, not at all. Absolutely, you're right. No disrespect. I don't think England's ever been a great one-day side, and especially against India when you're playing two spinners and then the part-timers also a spinner, so you're looking at about probably 30 overs out of the 50 against spin. I just feel that some of the English batsmen get baffled. They play dot, and then they try and play a big shot, and that hurts them. But you're absolutely right. After that first test match that we played, the amount of runs we got on the scoreboard, 450 plus, we all felt this is a great opportunity to put some pressure back on the English side in their own backyard. But unfortunately, after that, Shivani, none of our batsmen really carried on with any sort of momentum. All very sporadic performances. One guy got runs in one innings, the other one in the other innings. The difference in the test matches has been, in comparison to the one-days, in the one-days you've got your batsmen getting runs. Suresh Raina, difficult time, got you 100, but that little partnership, the partnerships made the world of a difference. In that first game, you had Rahane, Rohit Sharma, set the platform, Raina took it away. Today as well, new role for Ajinkya Rahane, he set it up really nicely, and that little cameo of an innings from Virat Kohli as well, getting back into form. So these guys are realizing you've got to make life easier for the next man walking into bat, not make it more difficult.
Right. So in that sense, Bora, it would be fair to say that what we're seeing is really par for the score. India should be dominating in this fashion because, as I said, this English side really not a big threat to India's chances, and they're very, a young side themselves in transition. So India should be winning and like this.
Absolutely correct. I mean, England is missing Stuart Broad big time. If you see that opening bowling, Chris Woakes with James Anderson, they're not looking the part. I mean, and after that, it sort of just peters out. Steve Finn, I thought was a good replacement, didn't play the part. England is not looking a good one-day unit at all. And if this is the England unit that goes into the World Cup, I don't think they stand a chance at all. So India, yes, they are world champions. They've done recently, they've done well in the Champions Trophy last year. But this is a pleasant surprise because bilateral ODI series overseas, our performance hasn't been good. So this is a good departure against a mediocre side. Question is Australia. Question is South Africa. Question is New Zealand. Can we do this against these quality sides in the future?
Absolutely. So that's the point I really wanted to drive, that this is not really a very, very quality one-day side. So these wins need to be taken into perspective, especially after the test series. But there's no doubt that the team has quickly shed the past of the test series, the horror of the test series, and they have, started getting back into winning ways in the one-day series. And Suresh Raina, as I mentioned, proved to be the perfect example for the team to follow. He was not in the dressing room during the test series, and perhaps he was not carrying the baggage of defeat. Just take a look at what the difference some of the fresh faces in the series have made.
Lovely looking stroke.
Suresh Raina was absent from the test series, but he was a hero at Cardiff.
He's gone the airborne route. See how late he's hit it.
And then again at Nottingham. Rohit Sharma played just one test match, but he was the second highest scorer for the Indian team at Cardiff.
The fielder there, he watched the ball sail over.
Even new man in, Ambati Rayudu has made his presence felt.
Like Hales, made a start, hasn't been able to go on.
Great players have done it.
Ravi Shastri was not a part of the support staff in Test. And his presence in the nets worked wonders for Team India as soon as the ODIs began. 4 members of Team India have in their small little way made a huge impact for the team. Their presence has shown what a different mindset and a fresh approach can do to the fortunes of a team. And the results are in front of the world. India bounced back in style after the debacle in the Test series and is now 2-0 up in the 50-over format. The big hero for India has been Suresh Raina, who played the innings of his life at Cardiff, even picked up a wicket at Nottingham, and generally has made the Indian field effort look stellar, largely on his own.
Good shot, he'll get 4 runs for it.
Rohit Sharma, on the other hand, laid the foundation for a huge total in Cardiff.
That's beautiful.
And the new director of the Indian team, Shastri, meant business, just like in his commentary, as he hit the nets with the team, speaking to the players and arresting the sagging morale.
That is some blow.
India has won in Cardiff and Nottingham, but with 2 more matches to go, the series is far from over, and the good work by the men in blue has to go on. Sports Bureau, Headlines Today.
By 6 wickets here at Trent Bridge.
The spinners did it for us. I felt Ashwin and Jadeja, they bowled really well, but it was also Raina's spell, because at that point we had already lost 1 bowler, Mohit. I was not really sure whether he'll come in and bowl. Ambati Rayudu came in and did very well for you. Yes, he also bowled well, not to forget he got Cook's wicket, who's a good player of spin bowling. So that again was important, but it was the batting, that's very crucial. We are still looking for a number 4 batsman. There are quite a few who are in line, but we need someone, who bats through the innings, if Virat gets out initially, and if that happens, then Raina, me and Jaddu, we can play our natural game and be a bit more aggressive. So as of now, Ambati Rayudu really fits in.
Crucial point there MS Dhoni makes, Boria, about the number 4 batsman. Ambati Rayudu, at least with his one performance, showing the signs that he can take India to that World Cup side.
They will go back for a second.
He can. He definitely will make the side. With Rohit Sharma back, maybe he will not be your first choice number 4. It will still have to be Ajinkya Rahane, with Virat at 3 and then, the rest to follow. Raina 5, Dhoni 6, Jadeja 7. But Ambati Rayudu, definite fallback, and this kind of testing and this kind of pressure on the team, Shivani, injuries are bound to happen. So maybe a good replacement in Ambati Rayudu. Fellow keeps wickets for Mumbai Indians, now is bowling decent quality off spin, gets you a wicket, good quality fielder and reasonable batsman. Now that's what you call a complete one-day player. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni was right, the spinners did it for India, we've been saying it. What a difference Ravichandran Ashwin and Ravindra Jadeja are making to the one-day format. Where on earth, why on earth would Ravindra Jadeja not try and pick up Test cricket wickets? Why not Ravichandran Ashwin at Southampton and Manchester? You keep wanting to bang your head against the wall and say, Captain, why? And this is such a different format. And Mahendra Singh Dhoni is looking so refreshingly different.
Oh, absolutely. Bora and I were in England during the Test series and we kept asking each other that question. There were no answers for it. And of course, in Test cricket, everyone, the experts there felt India was a Test match behind. They were reacting to what happened in the last Test match instead of, preparing themselves before they played a Test match. Selection is, of course, is crucial in any format, but Nikhil, good competition building up for the one-day format. There are few other names as well who could be tried and tested before the World Cup. So MS Dhoni would be fairly happy with the shape that the one-day side is taking?
I think so. Well, I think so. The guys who are getting the runs, they're, around there. It's just role identification and it's good. Whether it's adversity, it makes all the difference that Ambati Rayudu was given the opportunity and he's grabbed it with both hands. So God forbid anybody else gets injured. It makes the difference. The next man walking in must go out there and get some performances in. No matter who the opposition is, weak, strong, at the end of the day, he's donning the India colours. He needs to go out there and perform. And Ambati Rayudu has just done that.
Oh, absolutely. But Boria mentioned, and of course MS Dhoni was crucial too. It is crucial he mentioned the Indian spinners who truly swung this one-day series in India's favour. After picking up 7 wickets in Cardiff, the Tweakers did it again in Nottingham, taking 6 more. What's more, even part-time spinners have played their part to swing the advantage in India's favour.
Spin it to win it. That seemed to be the mantra for MS Dhoni and his boys.
There's the try.
Alex Hales dismissed by Suresh Raina.
This time he's gone.
He's got him now. Cook coming down. Whether
Alistair Cook deceived by Ambati Raidu.
down the leg side. Dhoni did well. Good footwork.
Joe Root sent back to the heart by Ravindra Jadeja's beauty.
And this one's just hurried him on a little bit.
Morgan caught behind for 10, bowled Ashwin.
Safe hands from the skipper.
The English team were all set for a big total, but Dhoni shrewdly using Ashwin, Jadeja, Raina and Raidu to expose the English batting weak links against the spinners, as England lost 4 wickets for just 120 runs. And then Ashwin had another one, dismissing Ben Stokes for just 2. In Cardiff, the Indian spinners took 7 wickets for 78 runs, bowling out England for 161. In Nottingham, the tweakers were at it once again, taking 6 wickets for just 121 runs.
The last ball of the previous over.
In the conditions where fast bowlers were expected to rule, the spinners have surprised and outshined. Their success in the ODI series has certainly set up a base for a memorable series win after the test drubbing. Sports Bureau, Headlines Today.
So the spinners doing their job. England's troubles against spin becoming legendary of sorts. I can't help but look back at the test series once again, Boria, where it was the Indians who were being bamboozled by a second-rate spinner in Moeen Ali. But thankfully, order has been restored as far as India's main advantage with the ball is concerned.
And that tells you how big a mistake it was not to play Ravi Ashwin at Southampton and Manchester.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's past. I predict a 4-0 win in this one-day series. England is just not the side that can trouble India. If India play to potential, and now everybody is starting to score, Virat, except Shikhar, everybody is starting to score. One hopes the opening problems will get sorted, Shivani. If that does, it will be a perfect one-day series. Not to forget the ignominy of tests. If anybody comes and tells you, oh, this is a great comeback, etc., sorry. This is a mediocre one-day side. Test cricket defeat will still haunt you. But this is a good ODI series to finish off.
Oh, absolutely. You mentioned Shikhar Dhawan, so I won't take that to Nikhil. Instead, Nikhil, I'll talk to you about England. With the backdrop of Alistair Cook being under the pressure that he is, and of course he was dancing a little bit with the Indian seamers getting the movement they were getting initially. The problems won't go away for England.
No, not at all. For any format, you must have a solid enough platform right at the top, Shivani, and unfortunately, the captain not getting runs, and that middle order, gets exposed very, very quickly against the spinners, and the dot balls keep mounting, and they're forced to play some sort of shots. And also, don't forget, our boys are much, much more street smart in comparison to some of the English boys playing one-day formats. So they know the strengths and weaknesses. They understand the lengths to bowl at. Also, when it comes to, the opposition in the middle order against spin. But one very quick point I'd like to make. We've seen the quick bowlers do well. I'd like to see Umesh Yadav get 2 more games. The last 2 games. Give Umesh Yadav an opportunity because he's going to be a front runner when it comes to Australia in the World Cup.
Oh, absolutely. Umesh Yadav was perhaps missed in the test series as well. And we like to see more of him, see just how he's shaping up before that World Cup. India taking an unassailable 2-0 lead, 2 more matches to go. So lots of work still left. They like to make as big a statement as they possibly can. Not to forget what happened in the test series, but at least to pave the way towards the World Cup. Bora and Nikhil, thanks a lot for joining us. As always, appreciate your comments. We're going to slip into a very short break. On the other side, we'll get you an update on the other Indian who's eyeing history today, PV Sindhu. She's playing her semi-final in the World Championships.